What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. I don't know why I keep saying that. I need to stop, but I just I'm like my brain isn't working right now, and I'll just say welcome back to Mumbling Thoughts. It's good to see you guys again. But as you can see, like my room, it's kind of a mess right now. Well, yeah, it's kind of a mess because I was trying to pack. I'm leaving tomorrow for Nashville, and right now it's 4:13. It's 4:13 a.m. in the morning, and I have a flight at 9:45. I don't even know if I'm gonna sleep. I hope I can catch some sleep. But anyways, I coming I'm recording a video because I really want to get one before I go to Nashville for about a week. And I'll try to record a video or two there as well, but no guarantees. I'll try my best though. And so it's been a while. It's been a while, and it's because I would say I don't even know if I don't. I can't even talk like the. It's just getting to me. I'm getting like tired. My head is spinning, but I just feel like I didn't really have anything to talk about or anything that was on my mind. But I don't even know if that's true because after that week of July 4th, I just had a weird feeling. And it's like the feeling that you get after watching like a really good TV show or a movie. Like after you finish, you kind of feel like this emptiness. Um, and it's like the feeling of emptiness that you get after a TV watching or finishing a TV show or a good movie is like a smaller version of the larger emptiness that we feel after the big highs in our life. And the thing is, let's just get into like why that is. Like, why do we feel this emptiness after finishing a really good TV show or a really good movie? You know, when you're walking out that movie theater, you're like, damn. Or you just sit there, you're just like mind blown. You're like, whoa. And then, or maybe you're sitting at home finishing a TV show or even a movie, and you just sit there and you're like, but then all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, like I need to like come to reality again. And the first reason is because we're invested emotionally into the TV show or into the movie, and that's what make movies good, you know. Good movies make you emotionally invested in the stories and connected to the characters and experiences. I'm gonna be reading off of like what I've written down a little bit because I don't know, I'm just way too tired to think right now. But another reason is because we're brought to a whole new world. You know, one that's completely different from our current world. And the thing is, this world is so different that we're just amazed. We're sucked into that world. You know, it's so descriptive, it's so imaginative, and it's just a cool world, you know. And it creates a temporary escape from our current reality. Cause, and the thing is that we kind of feel subconsciously that our reality here is kind of boring. It's kind of bland, especially when we go to school and that's all we do, or we just go to work 9 to 5. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with going to school, going to work, but sometimes it could be repetitive, and that's why we use things like video games, or um, like video games to escape reality and maybe watching TV shows or movies as well. Or we drink our life away or smoke or do whatever. But we find it bland and boring and repetitive, and when we're brought into this world, it's like, whoa, it's so different, it's so much more exciting, it grabs our attention, and we're like, shit, damn, this world is awesome. But when the story ends, we're just brought back to reality again. And we're brought back to our everyday life. Everyday life. We're brought back to our everyday lives, which, like I said, can feel mundane or boring, or it's lacking compared to the world of the movie or TV show that we watch. And it's just like, damn. And that's why you just sit there dumbfounded. You're like, or you're just contemplating life, and the second reason is the psychological impact. Normally, like I said, it's what makes a good movie. It makes you feel that high, it makes you feel excited, it grabs you in. But when your dopamine levels spike, it can drop right after experiencing like a crazy high, something that's like pleasurable or exciting. And then after you experience that high, it's like it just your dopamine levels just drop, right? And that's what leads to that feeling of emptiness. And it's kind of like post-nut clarity, you fucking like busting up whether you're jacking off, which you shouldn't do, by the way, because it's bad for you. And society kind of normalizes it, but honestly, what can you do, It's like kind of become the norm. But if you can, try to like stop, refrain from it, get rid of that habit. Or maybe you just, after you have sex, you feel like this high, your dopamine level spike, and then all of a sudden, boom, womp womp, post-nut clarity, and you just feel empty, and it's just how we're wired. I don't know why. I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a biologist, or whatever, so I don't know. But like for me, though, when I watch like Blade Runners or Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Well, I don't know why they both end in runners. Maybe it's because they're like running from reality or something. But man, those two movies were kind of similar in a way, but a little different. But it's just like a dystopian like show and movie that revolves around like AI or computer taking over, and then we're like kind of becoming robots in a way, because we like integrate all these things into our bodies, and like shit like that, like, and then like it's super like dystopian, and like the city's all fucked up, and it's just crazy to watch. And when you like experience that kind of world, you're just like, damn, like what if that happens to our world, And for the main characters, it also sucks as well, because they're just faced with like a dilemma. In Blade Runners, it's like he's kind of forced to like be a hunting dog, I think it was. I don't want to spoil it, but he's actually like someone special, And then for Cyberpunk Edge Runners, this guy, he wants to be someone, or something like that, but he's born in a poor family, XYZ, and then shit happens. I don't want to spoil anything, but shit fucking happens, and that movie just made me like question life and I was just sad. And there's like one particular song that's associated with the anime, and every time I hear it, it's like flashbacks in my mind. It's like holy crap. It was like the sad one of the saddest things ever, if not like the saddest. Um, and like even right now, like I feel like I'm about to tear up because just thinking about it makes me like it gives me chills and shit. So like just like finishing these good TV shows and movies, um, we can compare these to like the big moments in life, like graduating, going on a trip, or even achieving a goal. And the thing is, this these things can also leave us with like a similar void once they're over. And like let's say graduating, once you finally graduate, like I feel like the first time it really hits you or kind of hits you is high school, because you're moving away from, like most of the times you or your friends are going to be moving away from home and from each other, and you guys won't be able to hang out or see each other as often again. And I feel like we take that for granted, and I certainly took that for granted as well, because we just didn't think much of it. We knew that it was going to happen, people were going to move away, but maybe people were going to be busy, but we didn't expect like it to be this crazy, you know? Like now we're all so busy doing our own things. We barely get to see each other even when like they do come back, or when we are back in in our home. And it just it just hit like before. And then it could also hit when you graduate college, because now you're in the workforce, you know. And if you're not in the workforce, you're either going to grad school, or you're trying to find a job, you know. And that alone is like a huge transition, and you might have taken your time in college for granted. You're like, oh, I want to like join the workforce, I want to get an internship, a job, XYZ, you know. But like shit just flashes by in a second. Like I feel like I still remember, like I still, what's the saying, it's like I feel like it was still yesterday when I was like on like at orientation, you know, for freshman year. And it's crazy, now I'm already becoming a junior. And that shit just flashes in between your eyes. And yeah, I keep saying Anna, I don't I can't. But like for going on a trip, you know, you go on a trip, and after you come back, you're just like, shit, now I gotta resume my normal like daily routines. You had so much fun on the trip, but now you have to go back to like that mundane life of just working. And the same with achieving like a goal, maybe a small, actually maybe like a big goal that you had. You know, you initially you feel happy, excited, you're like, let's fucking go, you know. But after a while you're just like, damn, what's after that, you know? And that's why part of the thing is like, enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. Don't just pursue the destination, because after you get there, you'll just question yourself like, what's more, because that's just part of human nature. And that's why you want to enjoy or learn to enjoy the process. And that's what really matters, the process of you getting there, achieving that goal. You know, the struggles, the battles that you fight, the setbacks, and all of that, you know, even the small wins. That's what you celebrate. That's what gives meaning to life. And it's like, I don't know, I have written down here sudden realization. I can't even think right now to try to understand what I was trying to say. Like sudden realization? Did I have a sudden realization? Maybe people who I don't even know. I don't want to think right now. But after that I said irregular high from normal lows. Yes. And that's what I was talking about for like the trip, because normally your life is like this. Go on a trip, boom, you're like at a high. Your dopamine levels at a high, and you're just having so much fun, and then boom, you crash. After that high, because you resume to your normal life, and then okay, I get what this is now. So sudden realization is for graduating. Irregular highs is from going on a trip, and then not as satisfactory is for achieving the goal. So okay, that's fine. I already went over that. I can't. I'm just so tired. And yeah, now now I'm gonna talk about myself. This is so stupid. And like for me, it was going on that trip, that camping trip, and a few days later celebrating July 4th, because I felt like that period of time was just such a high. Because this summer I've been just working out, working at my internship, and then it's fun. Like going to the gym is fun, working is like whatever. My siblings came. Well, I say siblings, but my sister came, and my brother-in-law. I call him brother, but he's my brother-in-law, and then my nephew came, and it's fun. They're like here. We're having a good time, but despite the fact, despite that fact, like going on like the camping trip, was just fun. It was really fun hanging out with Daniel and Maddie, two of the boys, and then the rest of the girls. And also like kind of becoming interested in one of them. But that's like I talked about it before, and I don't think I need to go over that again. And it's just like I haven't talked to or been open, and well, I guess I have a little bit, but actually expressing my feelings, I haven't done that in quite a while, and it was just cool. Like now I understand why people just start talking phases like here and there. I was low-key just thinking like, holy shit, I just wish a girl comes into my life and fucks up my life, because that's just how fucking like I don't even know. It's just been a while. It's been a while. My life has been too peaceful, and I guess I don't even know. Am I like considered a sadist or sadist? Sadist? I don't know. Like a sadist. I'll just say, am I like considered a sadist if I say that? Like I want somebody to come into my life and just fuck me over, because shit has been too peaceful, and now I understand why people do what they do. But obviously, it's not optimal. It's not good for me. But hey, it'd be interesting, And then on July 4th, we went to, like, all my family came. We had, like, holy shit, like, like high 20s to 30s, I'd want to say. Like, family members come to our house. We had barbecue for July 4th, and then that night we went to my one of the boys' house and launched fireworks, and we played drinking games with some of the boys and some of the girl friends, like girl space friends that they brought, and it was just really fun. Had a great time, had a blast. But after that week, I had work, and that's also part of why I didn't really post. But I don't want to say that's an excuse. Honestly, I feel like when people say something and then say I don't want to like have that as an excuse or something like that, I feel like it's kind of like gaslighting. In a way, I kind of feel bad for saying it, because it's like, what's the point? Like, I'll say, yeah, I had my internship, I was busy, that's why I didn't post, but I don't want that to be an excuse. That's just kind of like begging you to feel bad for me, or some shit, And I just feel like that's low-key gaslighting, no? So after that, week, it was just like, it was such a high, it was such a good time, and I just resumed my daily life, of working, going to the gym, X, Y, and Z, and um, I felt that void, the same void, like I said, after that you get after finishing a good movie, but just on a larger scale. And these feelings, they can lead to larger existential exit existential questions about like purpose and meaning, and it's similar to the mumbling thoughts that we might have after a story ends, kind of weaving that in there. But yeah, like, we just question life. We're like, what's the purpose of life? We come back from a good trip and we have to resume our daily lives. We're just thinking, man, I just keep doing this every day. It's so repetitive. What's the meaning of this? I wish I could, like, go on that trip, fuck around, travel, do whatever all the time. And the thing is, that's just life, though. There's highs and there's lows. And I'll say there can't be highs forever. It's just not sustainable. People who experience highs constantly, like people who are high, just constantly crash. They're just gonna crash eventually, even, like eventually, yeah. And it's just not sustainable to be at a high, especially like cheap highs, like, partying all the time, smoking, drinking, doing whatever. Like, you probably know what I'm talking about. And even like the valuable highs, they're not sustainable either, because life isn't meant to be always at a high. You need to be at the lows to enjoy the highs. And if you were at the highs all the time, what would be the point in living life, if you're just at a high all the time? Like, think Adam and Eve. I don't even know if this reference is going to make sense, but just think about it. Adam and Eve, they had everything. They had everything that they ever wanted. But what did they do? They still fucking ate that apple, I'm pretty sure it was. Because you can't just be at a high forever. You need lows, you need challenges. Shout out to YB, we eat challenges for breakfast. But that's just like the nonprofit that I work for. But, like, you can't be at a high. You need to be at lows. You need to face challenges. You need to grow, and like stuff like that. I feel like that's what really makes life worth living for. Having, like, just having a purpose, having a purpose and overcoming obstacles to pursue that purpose, and just overcoming whatever is in your way. And that's why life, I feel like it's about the journey. It's not about the destination. And I'm not saying anything special here. Everybody says it. Life is about the journey, not the destination. Because after you reach the destination, you're gonna just be like, what's more? What's next? It's the actual destination, the experiences that you get, the hardships, the small wins, like overcoming that shit. That's a worth that's what makes life worth living for. And you just have to, like, resume life, because life goes on and it doesn't wait for anyone. I'm just like trying to, like, spit shit out, like trying to cook, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just yapping. Maybe I'm just a fucking yapper. But okay, well, now what do I have? I don't even care anymore. I have resuming to normal routine. So, like, transitioning back to, like, normal routines after a high. I feel like you just have to acknowledge the fact that it's just life. Unless you have, like, solution to your money problems, I feel, you're gonna just be working. You have to work because money's a big issue. I feel like people who just say they don't care about money is bullshit, because you need money to survive, to buy food, to take care of family, and X, Y, and Z. And it's a big problem to have, and a lot of us have that problem. So we use like jobs as a means to an end, but it's not a good way to live our life, even though we kind of have to do it. It sucks. But what I would say is like, try to pursue your passion and try to make a living out of that, integrate that in like your passion into your work. And I feel like that's one way that you can prevent yourself from feeling those lows from the highs, because it's just part of your life, you know. I don't really have any strategies for like going back to routine, because I just don't have any. I just kind of go back into it when I'm ready, because like you just feel that way, and it's temporary. So don't be depressed after that, because it's just a temporary feeling and it'll go away with time. So just like start building back up your like daily activities or routines, and slowly pick up the pace again, and feel like you'll be fine. I also want to emphasize, like, this is why you should be like, live in the moment, live in the present, be present, because after it's gone, you're gonna just be yearning for that again. And the best you can do is enjoy it in the moment, and after it's over, you move on with your life. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just like tired. My voice, I don't know, it's like, I feel like you can tell I'm tired. Oh my god, that deep voice is coming in. But yeah. The future isn't guaranteed, so just appreciate the present. And hey, that's kind of like, the future isn't guaranteed, so appreciate the present. You get it? The present. Whatever. I'm gonna just shut up. And then finally, what do we have here? So, life's inherent emptiness. Explore why people. So, I kind of went over this already. The existential crisis or question, like, why am I doing this and that? I'm tired. I'm tired, guys. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm just tired. So maybe we'll come back to this in a little bit. I have like a few other episodes on like slowing down, being present, and things like that. So I'll probably talk about that in another episode. I think I'm gonna call it a night, or I guess a morning, or just call it a day. And yeah, just when you get those lows after the highs, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just yapping today, I feel like. But when you get those lows, they'll be gone in a while, like hopefully quickly. I can't. I'm just too tired. Yeah, like we get those highs and lows, just like how we feel after we finish a really good TV show or movie. We start questioning, like, why are we doing this? And we feel empty because we're just brought back to our reality, like our normal lives, and it's boring and it's bland in contrast to that high that we just experienced, whether it's like a trip or achieving a goal or transitioning through life. I don't know. It's just how life is. I feel like that's the really only thing I can say. It's just part of life. There's gonna be highs, there's gonna be lows. Life is just like that, and there can't always be a high. So, it's temporary. it's gonna be temporary. So don't worry about it. Just start picking back up your daily routines, or what you do, your daily activities, and you'll be okay. There's more to live for. When there's highs, there's lows, but when there's lows, there's highs too. So just look forward to the next high and embrace it, enjoy it, be present in that moment when you're at that high, and really just have fun, embrace it. And when that low comes back after that high, just acknowledge that it's just part of life and it's gonna go away. But if you really want like a solution, I'd say try to do something you love, so that your life isn't just boring doing the same old things. But sometimes you have to in order to get to like higher heights, achieve something that you want to achieve. It takes hard work. So that's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna try to get some sleep in before I can. I'm gonna try to get some sleep in before my flight. I still need to pack a little bit too tomorrow morning. Hopefully, luggage isn't overweight. I kind of just want to bring one, even though I can bring 2 check-ins, but we'll see how it goes. Thank you all for listening. Yeah, thank you all for listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, drop a follow, if you're on Spotify, and hit that notification bell. You feel me? And share this with anybody who you might feels this way. Maybe you feel this way. That's why you're watching. But if you feel like any other people also feel this way, share it to them or just talk about it. You guys can mumble about these thoughts together with each other or just by yourself. Just journal quickly. And yeah, that's all I have for today. So I'll see you guys next time. I am tired, so I am gonna sign off. Peace.